Hey everyone, as part of the White House press list, I had the privilege of being involved in the press conference call held yesterday regarding the upcoming meeting between President Obama and Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. While there was talk regarding the Iran nuclear deal and the MOU, the questions are also peppered with concern regarding the very nasty comments of Baratz. Mr. Baratz is a conservative in Israel politics who was originally selected to be, get this title, folks. Are you listening? Chief of Public Diplomacy. And in that role, that means he has to manage the media, manage what is said, be the spokesperson, and make sure the right face and right message is put out that represents the views of the Prime Minister, right? Well, the same man on Facebook, much earlier this year, criticized President Obama and called him an anti-Semite, and criticized U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry in equally vile terms. So the unanswered question is, of all the people the Prime Minister's staff could possibly have selected for this position, why the heck did they select that guy? And so now, with the meeting coming up, and now during the same year that Netanyahu went and spoke to Republican Congress, was not invited to the White House by President Obama because of his actions, and has made other comments against Obama. Here he comes to this meeting with the Baratz issue on top of all of that. That clouded the press call. Kudos to the White House for trying to downplay the action as, well, not something that came directly from Netanyahu, and we're not going to get involved in what someone said. It's very big of them. But the bottom line is this. Prime Minister Netanyahu is coming to the White House with a $4.5 billion wish list of arms. We already subsidize Israel to the tune of $3.1 billion. I am not opposed, personally, to an increase in aid for Israel, but I am opposed to how Israel has treated President Obama, and they should issue a formal apology rather than just distancing themselves from what Baratz wrote on Facebook, which I might add, he was put out there as the chief of media, right? Their media czar. If he really is their media czar, how can he be stupid enough to think, which he's written, that social media is private? And what he said was just playful or kidding. What? Absolutely outrageous. Whether or not the Prime Minister comes away with what he wants, I think will hinge to some degree on how he treats President Obama from here on out. They can't just say, we're going to wait for Hillary Clinton to get in office, or because Hillary may decide that she wants to treat them in exactly the same way. Keep that in mind.